We're going live.
Hello.
Poor Kathy.
112, where are you at the Sahara Desert?
She's turning into a little raisin.
That's because she ate those adobo peppers.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Oh, I feel very sluggish. I just got through eating.
Not me. I didn't eat.
Oh, Sherry's going to be hot next week. Yike. I didn't even bother to look what it's going to be next week. It's bad enough just what's going on now. Yep. You mow the grass around here and then it looks like it's, like you sprayed it with napalm or something.
Hey, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Well,
It was seasonably cool today. Unseasonably.
I did some fussy cutting today. I was in the mood. I wasn't in the mood for I wanted to be busy, but I didn't really want to get into a project. So I said, hey, why don't I fussy cut?
Hey, Laurie. Hey, Johnny.
See,
Hey,
look.
Karen Sue. Hey, CJ. Oh, you're live now.
I know.
Carry on.
We're live. We're live. Johnny, you really confused me today. I got a note. I never get your notices. I get a notice you're going on live. So I go over there and you never went on live. So I guess I only get notices when people aren't going to go on live, but they say they are. Hi, Amber. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Amber. 92. That's like a cold front for Kathy. That's 22 degrees cooler than Kathy had it.
Ah.
Or no, 20.
Hi,
Hey,
Mina.
Tina.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Janine.
Oh, she wasn't supposed to go live. Okay. She didn't put private. Yeah, we see what's going on. You guys are trying to trick us. I know. I know. I know exactly what you guys are up to all the time.
Hey, Joy. Joy said she got her Etsy package and she loves it. Your papers are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Mina, did you get my email?
Tana.
I think I just barely sent it maybe an hour ago or something. So if you would check that right quick. Yes, I think, yeah, we are. We're gonna guess it. Yes, ma'am. I didn't get as far last night as I thought we would, so
Hey, Adria.
we did not officially guess it. Although technically this is a fabric gusset, but I know that's not what you're looking for.
I'm not convinced they do, Adria. I don't think birds sleep.
Oh my goodness, you've got birds.
Okay.
Well, we had big parrots that we did not cover up because we just turned the lights off and they would go to bed when we went to bed. And even before we went to bed, they would go to sleep. They'd lock up one foot, raise up the other foot, and they would literally start grinding their beak. They would pacify themselves. They go while they're getting ready to go to sleep. And then they would turn their head all the way backwards into their wings in the back of their back and go to sleep. One
Sounds
even,
like Betty.
one even kind of snored. And
That's
you could
Betty.
go,
She grinds her toes to make herself go to sleep.
does she grind her teeth?
No, just her toes.
But I think that if I were to go boing on the bird, he'd go like a cartoon because he has that one foot really clamped on.
Exactly.
Oh.
I'm glad I'm not a bird.
Oh my goodness.
Rosemary, just read your email. If you can do that, it would be wonderful.
Perfect, Mina. I will do that tonight. All right, ladies. So where we left it off, or where we left off, or whatever, we kind of put all this together. And then don't ask what overcame me. I don't know what came over me.
I was about to say, we did not work on that.
I know. So we got off. I went next door and I was chit chat with my husband. And I said, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna go clean off my desk and I'll be right back. So I come over here and I sit down
Hey,
and
Dixie.
I had, where did the thing go? I had all those little pieces parts sitting around here. And now I can't find them. And then I just started putting them. And then I go, oh, that looks cute there. Oh, that looks cute there. And then all of a sudden I was done and I go, oh my gosh, we're supposed to do this together. I go, okay, Rosemary. That wasn't too smart. Not too smart. But
Hey, Jade.
I mean, you guys know how to glue. And I
Redo
was,
it.
yeah, you guys know how to glue and you know how to cut. And if you don't, me showing you is not, you can't learn how to cut and glue if you watch me. But anyway, so this is kind of sort of almost done. I still might stamp some. I haven't stamped anything on these yet. It depends what mood I'm in, if I decide to stamp or not.
Well,
But
thank goodness, because if I'd have missed the stamping lesson, I'd have been mad.
well, it
Hey,
doesn't mean
Elvis.
it doesn't mean I'll stamp in front of you. And then on the back side, obviously some more birds and butterflies and plants and little stickers and stuff,
That looks like a fish head.
Yeah. This?
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's the body, and that's the, can you, I mean, does it still look like a fish head?
I think it's the fish eye right there, and the
Yeah.
and the gill, and like the gill, not the gills, but the
See, now it looks like a butterfly, right?
Sure.
But this to me looks like a little otter's face with one big eye and one little eye.
Looks like he's smiling that way. See the fish is smiling? Uh-oh, APG's AC went out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Talk about some
Oh.
book crack gap.
Man, now there's extra hot wind over there in Jamie's house. Man, that's sad. When are they going to come out? Soon, I hope. I hope you have insurance. I hope you have insurance for your. Oh dear, because that'll be a pretty penny.
Well, she got 15 minutes of rain, so hey, the trade-off.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Not when it's as cold as it was with Susan, but if I had to pick, I'd rather go without heat than without air. Not when it's, 10
3.
below zero. Yeah, not in that case.
Oh, she has an emergency guy coming, and yes, they have the insurance.
Oh, good. I love when I hear that. Yay! Okay. So I'm debating if I told you guys I was going to show you how to do your crunchy paper, right? So I think I need to do that right off the bat. Now I have to preface it that I'm going to set you up and show you how to do it, but I'm literally not going to go boil it because my air conditioner in here has not turned off for like the past 5 hours. Because this place, the walls aren't insulated. The floor and the ceiling is, but this is an old place and the walls are not. So because it's been over like 100 and something today, it got, the heat builds up in the afternoon. And right now, it
Jamie lives right down the street from me, Johnny.
and it has not gone off all this time, and it's keeping it right at 75. So I do not want to put the stove on
Ooh, that's too
and
hot.
heat it up in here any more than it already is. I know you guys
75.
I know you guys understand. I'm just explaining for those of you that said, but I thought you, yeah, I was going to, but
I would
I'm
have to stream from home if it was 75.
oh gosh. So okay, so let me just show you real quick for those of you that weren't with us the first year, and Susan still hasn't reminded me when we did the paper. I know we did it together, but
You
I
did
can't
it
remember.
for the industrial.
Did we? Okay. That I couldn't remember. All right. So first of all, what I did
No.
is I gathered anything and everything that I had that was,
Ew.
not too much left over. Like if you have Timmy spray
So
thingamajigger.
you had not too much leftover small curd cottage cheese?
So like if you have any of your distress paints, if you have any pads that are running really low and you're not one of those that refills them, you buy new ones, get those and throw them in the water. I made really strong tea. I made really strong coffee, just instant coffee. And then I threw in whatever little bits of whatever I had left over. I had a tiny bit of walnut ink. I threw it in there. And so throw whatever you have. Don't buy nothing. Just throw all of your leftovers and you end up with something that looks like that. And then you add some water, depending on, how dark you want this all to be. And, if you don't have any of these, then just make really, really strong tea or really strong coffee or, okay. So what usually happens, most people, they have a big old pan, they dip their paper, whoop, whoop, dip it, go throw it outside or the oven or whatever they decide to do to dry it up. Okay, I do not do that. I like my paper grungy and I like it crunchy. No ironing allowed. And the way I do that is I will show you. I have to gather a couple of papers and use, because, you want it to look junky. So get all of your like left, like something like this. I would tear this off and use this. I have a few of these like that to the side. I'll use that. And then get
That's the biggest cottage cheese container I've ever seen. I thought it was like the size of a Cool Whip bow. That's like a 5-gallon ice cream bucket.
it is not. It
Oh,
has. Well, it does have 48 ounces.
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Well, in Richard Morris, and that's about the only kind of something. Yeah, he can have. That's about the only dairy that doesn't skyrocket his sugar. All the rest of the dairy, like he can't even have sour cream. He loves sour cream. He can't have sour cream. Woo! He loves yogurt. Can't have yogurt.
That's
But
like when you go to my mama's house and you're trying to find the butter, but you get the spaghetti and you get the leftover roast and you get the leftover. You finally happen upon the butter.
exactly. So okay, so I have another designated pan. Maybe I should just go get that pan. I have a designated pan. I do all of this stuff in. I think I will just go get it instead of. But I'm thinking most of you don't have a designated pan for boiling stuff. But if you have a cookie sheet that you want to give up, like you can get these for $1 or maybe $1.20. 5 now. Get something like this, and because you can put this, you know, um, on the top of your stove, and it'll survive, and you can boil on here. But it's going to get splattery and everything. Or you can stick it in your oven. The oven is still going to make it boil. The whole point of it all is every time you do something extra to your paper, you are stressing all the fibers of the paper, and it at a molecular level it's changing your papers. So like when you traditionally, like I said, most of you dunk your paper and go put it outside, you've changed it already, just like that. Then you bring it in, you iron it, you've changed it again. But I like to change when you boil it, because it really loosens up all the fibers in your papers, and it gets all warpy and wobbly and extra crunchy. So you decide if that's what you're going to do or not. And if you can get yourself a designated pan, I'll show you what I use. Kathy will recognize it.
I feel like I'm watching Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Okay. Whoops. I think you can tell this has had a lot of use. I've used this for like a month. And it's got, it's even getting warpy down on the bottom. I just keep using it until I get a hole. When I get a hole, I'll be very sad. But I boil every week, and so you figure 2 years every week, I've gotten a lot of use out of this. And this is, I know the next question is, how deep is that? Okay, this is about 2.5 inches deep, and this is, I have another one similar to this, and so I do 2 of them at a time. And depending on what papers I use, that's how many I can stack up. So I don't really know how many I end up putting. Because if I do the file folders, obviously those get thicker. And when I do in the eco printing, well, then you got to factor in the plants. So, it starts getting quite thick. Okay, let me get these out of the way, because I'm going to be using that ink dye stuff. And I don't want to get my finished project.
Are you wearing an apron?
I wear this thing when I do this.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I do. But I've learned not to be very messy. I used to be very messy when I did this. Not so much anymore. Okay, so what I do is I have a brush, and I like to use one of those chip brushes. And so then I get the paper. Let me just get a piece of Trashy paper here. These are some of the papers that are on the bottom here when we do our projects. So I'll do that. And what I do is I get, let me get more over here so you can see. Okay, so we got that right there. And I just get this stuff, and I literally just brush it here and there. Nothing, because I want it to get a nice little coat. And then I create what I call like my lasagna, and I just pile up. Now, what you can do, this is not a lesson on eco printing, so this has nothing to do with eco printing, so don't mistake that. But using the same principle that you guys do, you know how a lot of you will get your coffee dyed paper, and you might put a lace or a stencil or something to create a resist, sort of, and then you have that pattern there. You could do the same thing with plants. So if you, let me grab some. Where's my scissors? So before we started, I went out in the backyard. Ta-da! And so if you put a plant, and remember, we're not going for eco dye nothing. We're going. Let me put this first. We're going for just a kind of sort of like a resist.
APG said, "Wait, start over, please, and thank you." She's just got back.
All we're doing is I'm getting leftover papers that I've used in the past, like my, when I do the painty papers or when I do my jelly printing or when I'm doing stuff like this. Were you here when I told you guys what's in here? What's in this pot here? These are leftover of anything. Oh, what I need to mention is don't put anything in here that's acrylic. Don't put acrylic paint. Don't put acrylic sprays. Nothing that is acrylic, because acrylic equals plastic. That's all acrylic is. So if you once you heat this up, anything that's acrylic, it's going to get hard. So you're going to have all these hard things floating in here. They're going to land on your paper. They're going to make like weird shapes and stuff. It's just going to be weird.
Hey, Mary.
So make sure you are not using acrylic. And if you do, don't come crying to me. How come it looks like this, Rosemary? Because you did not follow instructions. That's why. All right. So just get your leftover inks, distress sprays, anything that has a color, or really strong coffee, really strong tea, and just start piling this stuff up any which way. All your leftover stuff. If you don't have leftover stuff, we'll bring out your good papers. You can use copy paper. You can use your file folders. You can use index cards.
Hey, Lucy.
Anything that's paper, bring it out.
No, you put that down the garbage disposal, Jade, and just use the bowl.
And then just start piling these things up any way you want. Bring in your like what?
Well, welcome, Linda.
If you've got any of your junk mail, envelopes, anything, because we use everything.
She is just aging it and grunging it with tea and coffee and all that, and leaves.
And this is not eco printing. This is just using it as a pattern for resist, basically. And sometimes it works better than other times. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. So
Hey, Janice.
that's why I say don't put your hopes up. But it does make it grungy. And it does leave a little something, something.
Mary's going out in the yard tomorrow to gather her stuff. So you only do one side of the paper. Okie dokie.
Yeah, because after we do all that, whatever's left over, we're just going to pour it in because we're going to boil it. So this is just to make sure that you have touched all the papers, because if you've ever eco printed, you know that not all the time does the paper get all the way wet. That's why we wet them before we print with them. So if I was just to pile these up and put the leaves and put the papers and throw that in there, there's a lot of spots that wouldn't have any color at all. And
Hey, Ann.
if that doesn't bother you, hey, you can do that too.
So are you getting any effect from the leaves?
Yeah, that's the whole reason for putting them there.
So
The
no, Lori. Lori said, "Can I use fake plants from Dollar Tree since it's not eco?"
Well, if they can handle being boiled, yeah, you could, because it'll still leave, just like if you if you use those doilies, those plastic doilies and stuff. Yeah, you can.
There you go.
But if they're really, if it's real thick, it might tend to tear your paper. That's the only thing. You have to be like a little extra careful with it.
Hey,
But
Leslie.
try it. I would try it.
I
I
hate when I try to make a joke and somebody goes, "Yes, yes, you could do that. Yes, you could. That would work. Yeah, that's fine." You just blew it for me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to teach them something. This isn't a comedy show.
No, no, Elvis, she's not doing eco printing. She's just putting tea, coffee, and inks and no acrylic.
No acrylic. Because I'll show you in a second something I did before and how that came out. Because, you won't be able to see tonight how this comes out. Because, like I mentioned, I'm not going to put my stove in here and get all hot. I just want to show you the process. And you don't have to put any plants. I'm just throwing out there an option so you can have some extra design. But, if you just want the grunge, go for it. Hey, this is already kind of grungy, but we'll grunge it up some more. Okay. Let's fold this up. Kind of, sort of, almost too big. Whoops. Okay, so there's quite a few papers there. We could keep going and going all the way up to the top. And then after you've done all of that, whatever liquid you have left, try to put as much that will cover up the papers, if you can. If you can't, no big deal. Oh, she's out there with her plants again.
No, I want you to see this if I don't get wet.
Oh.
Can you see those?
You're not on. Hold on.
Oh. No, I don't want to be on.
Oh, well, how am I going to see it? It's too small here.
Oh.
What is it? I know it's a plant, but what are you seeing? Are you going to I don't know what it is. It just looks green to me.
Hang on.
Ooh, what is that?
Figs.
Oh my gosh. How yummy will that be? Oh,
Figs for days.
wow. So I'm just going to keep filling this up here. And then tonight when it gets, after the sun is down, it cools down outside, I'll go ahead and boil these up. So I'll just go ahead and finish this. And this is just plain old copy paper. And then this is that yucky vine I can't stand that infiltrates my yard, but it looks kind of cool when you print with it.
So food coloring don't have no acrylic in it.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
put
eat
that
it.
in.
Yeah, no, you eat it. So no, it wouldn't have at least I hope it doesn't have acrylic. I wasn't thinking there. And then after you've done all this, you go and you put it on the stove. And for grungy papers, I just boil it for maybe 10 minutes, and that's it. When you're doing the real eco printing, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on the kind of plants and kinds of papers and stuff like that. But for the grunge effect, you can do it as long as you want, but after, 10, 15 minutes, you've already changed all the structure and all that. The color has gone into the fibers and everything. You're all set to go. I should put a file folder in here, huh? Yeah. And then you'll want to put some weight on it, because depending on how much water you put in there, it kind of wants to float a little bit. So if you have, a brick or a rock or, a chain, anything heavy, to keep it from floating, that would be advisable. And if you're already into having rusty stuff, you can throw that in there, and it will add to a darkness to all that liquid you have in there. It'll make it extra dark.
Hey, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. Now, when you put rusty bits in stuff that you boil like this, don't think that it's gonna turn to what, quote, a rust color. It turns in to an iron color. It turns into black. So don't go in thinking you're gonna get one thing and then be disappointed because you're getting something else.
No, Donna, I just saw your question. No rain. That's a sprinkler. We hadn't had rain in months. Oh,
And
that's
then,
cool.
And then after you boil it, because it is so hot, and if you haven't done stuff like this before, you might get frustrated because, everything's pretty delicate because you just boiled it to death. I would pour out the liquid, and if you're going to do it again, you can save the liquid. You don't have to throw it away. But throw the liquid out, then put your pan out there in the sun until, it starts drying out a little bit, and then you might feel comfortable, taking it apart at some point, unless you let it dry the whole, all the way through too, if you want. But don't frustrate yourself by trying to take them apart while they're wet and, putting them all over your yard or in the oven, whatever it is you do. Just let them be. Let them be. No need to frustrate yourself.
Mary has a jar of black marker alcohol ink from her old markers. So Jay said, what do we boil?
Your papers. Once you do all this, see this whole thing right here? We're going to throw all that liquid in there, and you're going to heat up the pan. The water's going to boil, and you're boiling your papers. This is for grungy boiled papers.
Yeah, there's a way back in the day when she did the industrial caboodle, she showed how to do boiled paper.
And I think I showed the result that night, right? Because I did it for just maybe 15 minutes, came back and showed you guys what it looked like.
I don't know if I was here then.
Sure you were for industrial. Yeah. Weren't you? Oh dear, now I gotta go look at
APG says, you are an artist. We cook paper sort of like soup, but don't eat it, not without cracker boxes. That looks like a pan that they probably sell around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, it's a roasting pan, basically.
Leslie's going to skip this part and just buy what she needs from you.
Okay, so it shows here that we did the industrial 520. Were you here with us for 520?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when we did the paper. Well, you'd have had to been here because you remember when we did it. Woohoo. Yeah. Okay. That might be all in. Oh no, I have another piece here. I'll use up what I got right here, and then I'll be done. Now, also, if you have any colored um, construction paper. Now, there's two different kinds. There's the kind that's been printed, so the color's on the top, and then there's the kind that's dyed, so that when you tear it, the color is all the way through. If you have the kind that has the color all the way through, it bleeds. So you could put pieces in here, and when you boil it, it's going to bleed the colors into the rest of your
Oh, so just
oil.
tear it like in mosaic pieces and put it all through your
You can
paper.
throw it, yeah, you can throw it all over, and it gives it a really cool effect. Now, there are some brands, I'll go get it in a second when I finish here. There are some brands that all of theirs is that way. It'll bleed all of them are all the way through. Um, and then some it's kind of like a hit and miss. It depends what color it is on some of the cheaper brands. So it's kind of, like, okay, what are we doing here? Now, if your papers already have acrylic, that's okay to put them in there. You just can't put the liquid acrylic to boil. This acrylic is it's going to stay the way it is. It's not going to move.
So Donna says, what happens to the top papers that are not in the liquid? Do they just dry?
Yeah, they just dry up. But I try to make sure that I have enough liquid.
So can you take a spatula and flip them?
I think you would tear them.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't think you have enough liquid, just make some really strong coffee, really strong tea to give yourself, some more volume of your liquid so that you can cover it up. That's what I would suggest. You get a lot.
Would metallic ink survive?
If it has acrylic, no.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about metallics, if that's an acrylic or it's just a mica. I don't know. I think if you had mica powder, you could throw it in, but I'm not 100% because I don't really do that much with shiny stuff myself. So I don't have a really good answer for that. Okay, and we got maybe 2 more papers here.
You could put some Kool-Aid in there.
Yeah, anything that gives up a color.
Yeah, like chocolate Kool-Aid. That'd be cool.
What Kool-Aid?
Chocolate.
They have chocolate Kool-Aid?
They probably will after somebody sees this stream. That's what they ought to make. Maybe you ought to come up with a paper dyeing Kool-Aid.
There you go. If you have some of those concentrated watercolors, you could use that. I know a lot of us buy stuff and then we never use it for what it's intended. So some of you might have some of that. Okay, this is my last one. Let me put another leaf in there.
Beet juice. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, beet juice. If you had some leftover avocado dye, that would look cool.
Some rhombus tea.
Any kind of tea. If you have hibiscus tea, you could use that. If you have some of that sweet pea, what was that called?
Butterfly pea tea.
There you go. If you have some of that, that would work. Think outside the box. Okay, so I'm not going to do it right now because I'll make probably a big mess. But then I would get the rest of this, pour it all in here. Then if I don't have enough that goes up to the top, then I'd make me maybe a little bit of coffee or something to make it go all the way up to here. And then I would put it on the stove on high until it comes to a bubble. Then put it down, to a simmer, and then simmer it as long as you want, but at least 5 to 10 minutes to really break everything down. And after that, you can leave it as long as you want. But after that, you're good. You've already done something to your papers, in other words. And then when you turn it off, again, I would take out all the liquid and then just sit this outside until it's manageable, because you don't want to be tearing all the papers up and then getting all frustrated.
Is that a steel pan
A steel pan?
or a non-stick aluminum pan?
This was not a non-stick aluminum pan. It was just a roasting pan.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason it's black is because it's been boiled to death. That's why it looks black. It's just...
That's her paper cauldron, Mary.
Yeah. All right, so let me get this. Let me put the lid on this. I want to splatter everything.
Has Robin McClendon been over at your place doodling?
I beg your pardon. Man, everybody and their mother must come to my place. I do absolutely nothing. Okay, let me get this out of here.
Ooh, I don't know, Mary. Not those disposable ones, or you'll spill that hot stuff everywhere. But I bet you could find them at the thrift store big time, Mary. Or Goodwill, or...
All right, let me sweep this up before I fall on my face. And then I'll show you an example. Let me clean this up. I've got plants all over, and then I got the fussy cuttings from last night. I haven't even swept. So last thing I need is to fall flat on my face like I did the other day. Make my nose bleed.
Oh, no.
I don't need another nosebleed.
No falling, please, because I don't know Richard's number.
And he's out there mowing right now. In the heat.
I'll have to wait till he comes in to get the garbage.
Oh, we almost forgot him. We blamed you 100%.
You blame me?
It was 11 o'clock this morning, and Richard goes, "What's today?" And I said, Thursday. And he goes, "We didn't put the trash out." I said, "That darn Susan, she didn't remind me." So we blamed you, but we got it out in time. It got here like around 1 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, my trash man comes at 6:02.
So we 100% blamed you. I said, "Susan always brings it up. She didn't bring it up. It's all her fault."
Hey, Journey.
You tell that, Susan. She made us rush to get the trash out.
Mary, we can understand everything you're typing. Just, you don't even worry yourself.
All right, let me. Okay, one more scoop and I'm done. You can tell I cut a lot of stuff out. Okay, now let me go get what I did before. And what I did. Oh, here, never mind. Forgetting where I put things. Right, so this is whoopsie. This is what that construction paper looks like once once you boil it. I don't remember. This was either, I don't know. You never really know what color it starts off as. Some kind of a blue, I guess. But what happened was it bleeds out on other stuff. And so then that blue kind of infiltrates everything else. So, papers like these were one color, which this was, I think, just a piece of copy paper. And then this was on here. And then I had a plant sitting on there. And it bleeds through and then leaves the little design. This is also some of that. I don't know what color that started off at, but it bled and it went all over the place. And then you're left with something that looks kind of crunchy. And all of these have been boiled. It gives you, yeah, these are all boiled stuff. But the other day, where'd it go? I'm working on another kit, and where did those go? Let's see. I want to get the ones just that had the dye. Okay, this is what happened here. Where did it go? Where did it go?
So if Mary does hers in the oven instead of on the stovetop, how long should she leave that in and at what temperature? And should she preheat?
I have never done anything in the oven ever. So I do not want to speculate and give you the wrong advice. Okay, so this was done with super, super duper black tea and coffee.
I would say 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes attended. Ooh, that's beautiful.
So this right here, now see, this is an example. I put the plant in, I put one of these, you can almost see it there. I put one of those right there. Now, it didn't do anything, right? There's no print, there's no anything. But what it does do is it creates like a, what's the word for that? Like a channel for the color, because there was a stem right there. So that means it's popped up a little bit. So when it's in the water, it's going to go up there like a straw, up that channel. And that's where you get these really kind of cool designs. This might have been a little thick up here, so it didn't lay flat, and it let those colors come through. Same thing, on this, obviously, because it was folded. So that's an example of it just sort of creating some really, cool.
Yeah,
look.
that's like, I like the way it did that right there in that book crack gap where it. No, I'm being. I didn't know what else to call it, but yeah, down the. That's cool looking.
Yeah. Now this is just parchment paper. So it comes out pretty cool. Now it just so happened this particular one decided to print. I didn't expect it to print. I thought it was just going to, do maybe something like that. So you don't know what you're going to get. Again, it's the same leaf. It's the same one, like right there. Here we go. And it did something. But again, you can see how this part right here let the water get sucked up and go up there and then go like that. Because that's all dye. That's not necessarily the plant. It's using the plant to filter in the dyes. If I'm making myself clear at all.
Hey, Hassan.
And then, hi, Hassan. And then another example, let me see. Where did those go? Over here, and over here.
Could I do this in my air fryer?
Please let us know how it goes.
Can I do it quickly in my Instapot?
Please let us know how it goes. All right, now this one you can already recognize the plant, right? So the one I put in here was really thick, and I did not put the liquid on first, like I showed you to do first. I basically put these in there dry. So if it doesn't come in, this is what will happen. You've got these dry spots where none of the liquid made its way up to. But it also gives a cool effect, you know. Here I put too much stuff. And again, I didn't wet it before, so the center spot stayed dry. But it almost looks
That looks like a monster.
like a butterfly. It does not look like a butterfly. Look at him. Look at those wings going. Anyway, so and again here, it was too thick and the water didn't get to go in. So what I'm trying to say is, as with any of this kind of stuff that you're dealing with the unknown, and everything is an experiment, and everything is, you're only going to get that look one time. It's like jelly printing, right? You never can get the same look. So just enjoy. Don't don't criticize yourself. Oh, this didn't work, that didn't work. If you like the process, just do it again. You'll get a different look. That's all I can say. And have fun with it. And if you have like smaller pieces of paper and you lay them on top, then you're going to get that design of the paper on there, which looks pretty cool sometimes. I think I have something like that that I ended up with. But like I say to the ones that you know, took my class on the eco printing, if you don't like experimenting, this is not for you, because every single time you do it, it's an experiment. And if you want something exact, well, this isn't it. Sorry to tell you. Now I'll show you the difference here where I literally did eco print.
All right, Mary, get your mind out of the gutter.
Where I actually did do the eco printing. This was intentional. And see how when it's intentional, how different it comes out.
Hey, Tamar. Wow.
So completely different outcomes depending on, you know, your intent. This was one of the ones that wasn't going to be printed, but I put a flower in there and the flower got embedded, so I just left it, the leaves. I thought that looked kind of cool. And then here's an example where I was laying, I think they were index cards or something. I laid on top of one, so that's where these lines come from and the holes and stuff like that.
It looks like you're looking out. It looks like the cover of Bella Grace magazine where she's looking out the window out into the foggy.
The real thin lace, and she's
Yeah.
looking through to the
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah.
Boo! And this was one where it just didn't do anything, but it's still cool because you got it around the edges, right? Again, these didn't work, but that's okay. Now this was intentional. This one was intentional. I like how this one came out. But again, you guys can see the difference between just having fun and really doing an eco print. This was just playing around. Didn't get it wet that way I should have. So you guys get the idea. So don't get discouraged if yours comes out like that, because it might. But I think it looks cool. So not to worry, ladies. Just have fun. Remember, have fun. And then you won't get all frustrated. What about these? I think this one here, I got one more stack. I can't remember if these were eco printed or just foiled. Oh no, these were printed. So that's not a good example of what you'll get. All right, put this away. So needless to say, guys, I've been busy.
Looks like it.
Have fun. Have fun. Okay, so let me get a drink and then we'll move on to the real reason you're here.
Why are we here?
I don't know. I don't even know why I'm here. All right. So let me get, oh, we got to get these branches out of here. I cut obviously way too many branches. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, we'll do it a little bit later. I have to do this right now, but we're going to put,
Good night, Hassan. Thank you for stopping
good night,
by.
Hassan. So we're going to, this, only thing we have to do to this one now is put some kind of little doohickey on either side and some way to tie it down. And, you know, the rest is just decorating, you know, decorating it however you want to decorate it. And it's basically done. We'll come back to that. What I want to touch on, in case people want to be working on it, you know, over the next week, I want to touch on the dimensions on how to get this started, because you can just play around, you know, gluing and doing stuff with this, but you need like the dimensions for that to play with. So I thought we would tackle that. Whoopsie, too much stuff. Okay, so this is a file folder that, you know, went bad. It got burnt in one of my boils. So I'm going to use that to make this. Now, I don't know if you can see that here. Half of that you can see. This other half, somehow, I don't know why I drew it off, but you just need to see these dimensions here. Okay, so this right here, the width of this is, oh, I wrote that down wrong. Hold on. I think I wrote it down. No, I didn't. Okay. Let's see if you can see all these measurements. Mark these down. I'm going to say them once. The dimension of this across, the width, it's right here. It's 7 1/4. 7 1/4 this way. Okay. When you open this up to this flap, because you may want to make your flap out of, you know, different types of papers, or you may want it to be continuous. That's up to you. But the base of this right here is 8 inches. Okay.
Hey, Artie Dar.
Hey, Artie. So that's 8 inches right here. So right away, you know, when it's all closed up, it's 8 by 7 1/4. Okay, now my flap is 2.5 inches. So there's the flap here. Okay, so you have all the basic measurements to this right there. Now, what I did is I took the file folder, and you can make your choice. Well, if you're going to start off with one that doesn't have anything on it, it doesn't really matter which way you do this. But if you have something that has a design, or you've boiled it, or whatever you've done, you may want to decide if you want this little tab, if you want the tab to be here, you don't want the tab, you want to use the tab up here and not use something like that. You know, you need to decide that, because we're just going to cut off. What we're going to do, let me get my pencil. I'm going to cut this whole length, the 7 1/4. And that's why when you line it up like this, you'll see, okay, well, here, whoops, yeah, doing it here, you don't get any tab because it's all one length. When you flip it over, there won't be a tab. But if you cut it over here, then you can see it'll be cut here, and you will have a little tab. So you decide if you want one or don't want one, depending on which end you cut off. So I kind of like the tab myself, and we can choose from this side too, and you'll have the little tab. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark this, the 7 1/4 right there. And I'm going to cut that all the way all the way down.
Hey, lurkers. Lurkers say hey.
Hi.
Hey. How many? I got 49 of you.
Hi.
Kathy says, I will not miss hey time tonight. Hey. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sherry. Hey, APG. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Janine. Hey, Ann. Hey, Jade. Who am I missing? Hey, Danielle. Hey, Linda. Hey, Donna.
What the heck? Did Betty just get home?
Yes, I did. What are you doing in the car?
I knew it was Betty getting home. What the heck is that noise? Oh yeah, it's Betty. She just got home.
I'm so glad y'all have involved me. Okay, I'm here. Oh, stop. Click it off, Goofy.
I don't want to click you off. Susan has to. Okay, so I just tear that all off. Now. Now, remember, you guys can do this any size you want based on what size your envelope was and what size this is when you're done, right? So this is just, a principle to go by, but if you're using other dimensions, then you need to make the adjustment, okay? But if you use the envelopes I gave you, these are the dimensions that will work for you. Okay, so based on the longest section here, where you have the little tab, this is about 6 1/4. So let me mark that to know where to fold it. 6 1/4. Uh-oh, I already did that wrong. I got to measure from up here. You guys, somebody said, Rosemary! I heard you. 6 1/4. And I don't know what that is, so I'll just bring it right here and put that all the way across to know that's where I'm going to fold it.
Sorry.
I think that'll work. Hey, I knew it was her.
Oh my gosh, I walked outside to help her bring the food in, and all of a sudden y'all were in the car and I couldn't get you back on my phone. She said, why is Rosemary's voice going down the driveway?
Well, that happened one time before, remember? That's why I knew that she had just gotten home. Okay, so this, you can see visually, right? Here you go. That's what we're doing right now. We're building that part. Okay. Now, I took, let me see. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long ago. Let me open this up so I can measure. Okay. So did that. Then I measured 1 inch up. And fold it again. And if you have a scoreboard, by all means use it. I don't have one. I just have a little itty bitty one. I think I need to buy one of these days. So now, oops, make sure you're straight or else it's going to mess you up all the way. Okay, so now you've got that section right there. Right? Can you see that? You've got that. And then I fold that in half to create this little fold right here to give you basically a pocket, right there. So we'll fold. Where to go? I'll fold that in half. So you got this little section right here. right? And we're going to make a fold right down the center of that. So basically at a 1/2 inch, because that was an inch, right? I remember what I said. I think it was an inch or 2 inches. Oh, what did I tell you guys? I already forgot.
It's a good thing we all wrote it down.
And then fold that in half. And I'll get some distress ink right now and distress those two so that you can be more of a visual aid of what we're doing. Okay. So let me put a little ink on there.
I like that tape.
You mean the Johnny tape?
The Johnny tape. My birds are chirping, so they're definitely not sleeping.
Maybe they chirp in their sleep. And just so you can see it, I'll put some right here also. Because I know when all these colors are the same, it's really hard to see the folds. And get frustrating. Okay, so this is what we got right there. Right? And straighten up these folds. For some reason it started off cockeyed and it won't straighten up now.
Johnny, did you leak the tape to Nick?
Okay.
Hey, Vivian, you're never late. You're right on time.
Yeah, you're right on time. The party doesn't start till you get here. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. Got it so far, you guys? Now, if you're going to want to sew it, like I did mine, you know, obviously you want to sew it before we start doing the gussets. But I don't have the luxury to do that right now because mine's in the other room. So we'll just pretend I sewed this. I'll figure out, I know what I'll do. I think I know what I'll do. I'll just pretend I put the gussets in. I'll show you how to do it, but I won't put them in. And then tonight I'll do the machine thing on this. Okay. Clear as mud. Any questions so far, you guys? Do we know what we're doing?
Not yet.
You better, because we're already doing it.
I just don't want to get a case of the gussets.
Okay. All right. So the next thing, after you've sewn it and do whatever it is you want to do, then you're going to decide how big you want your gussets. All right. Now these particular ones, let me measure. So I don't remember. These particular ones.
Nancy said very clear, and Journey said I will have to watch 100 more times.
Okay, so this is the gusset was that's a 1/2 inch, is it? Let me see. That is a 1/2. Okay, so you're going to cut a 2-inch piece, the length of this, which once it's folded like that, the length is, it is about 5 3/4 or so, but I don't hardly ever measure. I just get me a piece that's 2 inches, line it up, and see where it ends. So let me see if any of my scraps are 2 inches. If not, I'll have to cut something up. Are these 2 inches? I don't think so. No. They're all of them are too small. So can't use my scraps. Oh wait, what's this? I don't think that's 2 inches either. Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna have to use something else. Can't use my scraps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use what's left over from this. Okay. And we're gonna cut a 2-inch strip. So let's measure that out. Oopsie, where's the line? There it is. 2 inches. And then we'll just rip it. Of course, those of you frail of heart, you can use your cutter or your scissors. Okay. So then all we have to do is measure the length here of where our gusset is going. You can measure or you can just cut. I'll do both for you guys. This ends up being, see, because it's not like a real number. I hate eighths. I never can figure out an eighth. But yours is going to be different from mine. So this is like about 5 3/4, but a little off. So we'll do that.
Would an eighth be the tick mark before the quarter?
Probably. Don't ask me those questions. So then, because you'll see here, what we're going to do now is fold it. Oops, here we go. Fold it in half. And this is true for any gusset you're making. You can have as many or as little folds to your gusset, depending on the look and the width and all that kind of stuff. But just for what we're doing, we're going to try and keep it simple. As simple as possible. So we'll fold it in half. No matter what dimension you're working with, you fold it in half. And then you fold it back, so you're basically doing it in quarters. Okay. Of course, I have tape there, so that's making it difficult to fold. Anything to make it more difficult, Rosemary. I'm going to make sure this was the size of the gusset. I forgot already. I make them all different sizes. Okay, and then fold it back. So you're just creating a mountain and a valley, right? And then okay, so then you got, now those of you that did that open spine, when we did that, you know, it's kind of reminiscent to that. So you can see how that is the same as that one in there, right? So then the next thing you do, I'm not going to do it because I want to sew this, but the next thing that you would do is, let me put little ink there so you can see the difference. Whoops. So what you do, you've got that folded there. Goes like that. Open up the one fold so you can see where that is. And then you can go either way. You can go it this way or go it that way. I tend to have the rough edge out. I don't know particular reason. I just always end up doing that. So what I would do is you get some glue, you get some tape, whatever you want, and glue it down right here. Only this part that would be the 1/2 inch part. You put some glue or some tape and you clear this little fold and you glue it so that once it's glued, it looks like that. All right, because you're only going to glue down that first fold. Got it? Got it. And
Got it.
you do that on both sides and try to remember, it's not, earth shattering, but try to remember whichever way you position this, position that one also. So if you have this raw edge going out, because the options that you have 2 options. The raw edge can go out like that, right? So it opens up like that. Or you can put it this way so that the raw edge is on the inside. And it still functions the same way. It just looks different from the outside. The functionality does not change, okay? But whatever you choose to do, try to remember so that you do the opposite side the same way, only so it will look symmetrical. It doesn't, it won't change how it functions necessarily. But, if anybody's nosy like me, you'll go, hey, how come you did it in that way? You did it out that way. Oh, anyway, so you would glue this down, make sure you pass, go on the other side of that, there's that fold, lay the fold like that, pass that fold so that you have plenty of room for this stuff to move around, and glue it down or stitch it or whatever it is you're going to do. All right. Then after you've done that on both sides and let that dry, then you come back, you put some glue or tape, your choice, fold that over, make sure this is folded now, keep this folded, and put that down and glue it down. Clear as mud. And so when it's all glued, you have your gusset that opens up so that you can put things in there. It'll end up looking like that. Okay? So what I'm going to do, not tonight because my sewing machine isn't even set up. I'm going to sew that all up. And when we come back on Wednesday, this will be all sewed. And then, I can show you again how to do it. But for those of you that have already done that with us or you've done it on your own, this is sort of like a refresher course so that you can start working, on your little pouch. So you don't have to wait a whole week like, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right. Any questions on this? Any at all? There's no stupid questions. Feel free to ask. Now is the time to ask. I know if you've never done it before, it's a lot to take in. But after you've done it once, you go, oh, is that all that is? Because we've done these, I don't know, like in 4 or 5 of our, maybe 6 of our kits. We've done gussets already.
So if I wanted to store, I knew that I was going to store thicker stuff in there.
Yeah.
Could I just cut the folder and do a gusset on the bottom too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can just fold this again. You can fold, like you've got the valley and the hill, do another valley and another hill, and you've got the bigger gusset on the bottom.
Oh yeah, because those have the score marks already.
Yeah. But the way this is folded, the score marks are way over here somewhere. I forget where they ended up.
Johnny said, how much room do you leave from the bottom when gluing down?
I make it even with the fold. So if this is your gusset part, right? So when you open it, there's that fold. It's right there. So lay the fold flat, and I bring the gusset right to that fold. Don't glue on top of the fold. That defeats the purpose. It's not going to open. So bring it right to that, right to this point right here, right to the fold.
She will never be able to tell you how she got her folder that color, Jamie.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ask me questions like that because I don't remember.
Oh, the one
Oh,
on the
no.
side.
This one
So how
or
much
this
room do
one?
you leave from the bottom when gluing down, when you glue it on the side? You put it all the way to the fold, right?
Yeah, you put it all the way down to the fold. Let me, because I can erase this. Okay, so can you guys see that? Or maybe not. See that right, this line right here? So I
Yeah.
know it's hard to see. Okay, so when this is folded, see this, see how, okay, here it is like that, right? Right?
Yeah.
So let me hold that fold down. And that fold down is right here where that line is. So when I go to glue this down, I don't want to go past that line. I want to do it right on that line so that this has the freedom of movement to open and close with the stuff I put in there. Because this will be able to open freely. And once I glue this to that, that's going to be free to open. So everything has the freedom of movement. See how, right? Whoops. This has freedom of movement, right? You can, it opens up all the way. And then this also can open up all the way. But if I had
Just
glued
don't keep your pencil in there.
don't keep your pencil in there. And you know, if you're gonna put loose stuff in there, there's no problem with that because then all you have to do is before you do all, I don't want to get too complicated, but before you glue it all down, you can put a little piece of fabric down here and glue and secure that, and nothing can come out. But I never put anything that small. It's always just, you know, big stuff. So I don't worry about that. Your little
It ain't
stuff,
a wallet.
yeah, your big stuff, your, you know, things that can fall all over the place is going to be in your box, right? Remember, you've got this, plus you still got your box to deal with. So, but from the inside part, I wouldn't do it afterwards because it looked pretty, I don't know, maybe it looked cool. It looked kind of goofy to me. But anyway, you can always put a little piece of fabric in there to cover that up. But anyway, so the point is when this is folded up, put a little mark in there because nobody's going to see it anyway. It's inside. Put a mark where that fold folds, and that'll tell you don't glue any further down than that. Because if you do, things are not going to open up properly. And it's going to get all goofy. Okay. Okay. Did that answer the
So
question?
now,
Yes.
whenever you said you were going to sew off time.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do before next Wednesday,
Geneva.
I'm going to, like this is, I'm going to sew here, here, and here. I didn't sew the back, but I think I will. I'll sew all of this, all the edge, and wherever this is going to fold. I don't know where that mark is right now. We'll look for it in a second. I'll do what I did there, do some sewing on the front. And then what I did is I got a scrap of something, and I literally took one of my, let's see, I took one of these lids and drew a circle. That's what this is right here. Then I cut the circle in half and glued it onto each other and sewed it also. That's how I did this. But you can put any shape you want or don't put anything, you know. But this is just a half circle sewn together and glued onto this, onto the flap. So here the flap would be, I'm not even going to measure, I'm just going to line it up. So that's how this would line up. And then I would decide at that point what I want to put here to attach to make some kind of a closure. So it really isn't all that difficult. Once you do it once, once you do a gusset once, then you start going crazy because you can put them on everything, you know.
That's right. Mary said you could put a pocket on the inside to hold your small, loose items.
Yeah, exactly. So let me fold this up and that'll be ready to go. I don't want to lose my pieces parts. Don't want to lose my pieces parts. Let me fold this. That way I'll remember. Oh yeah, that's my other gusset. What's that little piece? I think I'll use it for something else. No, that's your gusset. Okay. Boy, you guys are getting a lot of homework tonight. You got to boil, you got to fold, you got to sew, you got to gusset. Oh my gosh. Will you ever get it all done?
Yeah, that's a good idea. A coin envelope or a small envelope. Yep.
Yeah. That could actually be out here. Your coin envelope. That would look cool. But with all the heat, I figured it'd be good for you guys to boil your papers because you can throw them outside and let them dry. Mary's got air conditioning. She can boil inside now during the day. All right. So just remember, don't go past your line. Don't go past your line. Glue it in. And then glue the other end in. And if, you know, if it's too long or something, you can snip it off before you glue it in. Because we're just guesstimating. All your folds are going to be different from mine. I already know that. And the rest is decorating. The rest is decorating. So we'll tackle that next week. All right. So let me get a little.
No, Nancy. I didn't notice that she had made her own built-in gusset. So only a gusset on the left and a gusset on the right, and make sure your peaks and valleys are the same.
Yeah. And if you mess up, it's not earth-shattering. It's not a big deal. It's just, you know, all of us have our little quirks. And my quirk is I like to have mine going in the same direction. But it's not going to hurt anything if you don't. So don't beat yourself over it and try to unglue it and tear it apart. All that. Not necessary. Okay. Hey. All right. So let me put this over here. Oh, because see now this is, you know, this is going to go in here, right? Inside. Ta-da. Oh, we need to put our little doohickeys on here for closing it up. Now you can use any method that you want. I'm just going to cut a little circle out of some scraps. Let's see, we got scraps here. I know we have scraps. Always got scraps.
Like the birds.
Tweet, tweet.
3 little blackbirds sitting on a fence. Something.
Hugging
One
in a
fell.
kiss.
One
Oh.
fell over and bumped his head.
Oh,
Hey,
how
lolly,
mean.
lolly. Hey, yada, yada.
How mean.
I got to back up tonight.
Okay. So I think I'll glue 2 together because this isn't as thick as I would like it.
No, don't confuse your doohickeys with your gussets.
That's right.
Yes, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. You're such an old soul, Allie.
Yeah, what's with that? She's the youngest one and she knows more of the old stuff. She's kind of spooky. We don't do the dark. Let's just do the dark stuff.
I do need to practice it, Jamie. I was going to do that today. Oh, Allie had that on a cassette when she was a toddler.
Oh. They had cassettes when you were young? I thought they were older than that. Oh.
I had 45s. 45s, 8 tracks.
I had Morse code.
Oh, Lord. I had a piano with a roll of paper in it, and it played by itself. No, people don't have a clue what Mother Goose is anymore.
All right, I wasn't thinking of this when I put my birdies, so I think on each side it's going to have to be in a different position so as to not, because that'll be too high up there. So I'll have to put this one down here, cover up a little bit of its tail, and then put this one up here so I don't knock off their head and their beak. So there. Okay.
Uh-oh. APG.
Uh-oh.
What did you say, Betty? I can't get her little singing ditty out of my brain.
Is she in the garage again?
No, but thank you, APG. I get to hear that all day long. There she was, just a walking through the house, singing diddy diddy dum.
Who's dumb?
Not me. Or the diddy do.
Don't let Dee Dee hear that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I already made a mistake.
Oh, no.
I was supposed to put the fabric on there to hold it. Okay, here's a piece. I'm going to use the same green I used before. I'm going to use the same green. Whoops, whoopsie doo.
Hey, Jill.
Whoopsie doopsie. Does that work? Probably not.
Mina said her favorite as a kid was the Owl and the Pussycat. Didn't that have Barbara Streisand and...
Yep.
Yep. Who went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat.
Huh.
She's talking about the nursery rhyme. I'm talking about the Barbara Streisand movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one my mama wouldn't let me see. And I'm like, but it's a kid's movie, Mama, look.
I could think of as Tom Jones singing the song.
Oh. What's new, Pussycat? Donna said, cut a slit in it and put it over the button thingy. Now we have a doohickey, a gusset, and a button thingy.
And don't forget it.
That's right. And a Lake Conroe catfish on that book of yours right there.
Okay. Well, that ends up covering the bird anyway.
Oh no.
It wasn't. Oh, but see, he just look like he's playing peekaboo. You can see his little. He's just playing peekaboo. It's okay. Leave him alone. It's okay. All right. So on the other side, I think I have a plan.
Oh, the Owl and the Pussycat was an Edward Lear poem. It was not Mother Goose.
Oh my goodness. Who said that?
Janice. Janice Wikipedia glance.
I don't even know why I asked. Okay, hey, see this worked. I just did it that way. I'll put a little knot and we're all set. I don't have to cut nothing. There we go. It's just tied around there and I can loop it yet again to get it out of the way. And we are all set to go. Hello.
So didn't Tom Jones actually come from Dickens?
Oh no.
But no, there was a Tom Jones.
Yeah, there was a novel. Tom
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah. From way back.
That's just like way back in the day. A composer, right. Engelbert Humperdinck, not Alfred Dorsey. You just stole somebody's name. If I'm going to steal somebody's name, it ain't going to be Humperdinck.
Okay. So that is done, ladies.
Beautiful.
And that will fit in the one that we're working on. So
wow.
Again, this still has to be decorated inside, depending on how you guys want to, what you want to glue in there and what you don't. But for right now, we'll call that kind of sort of done. Let me tie this up before what we do still need to do though is make the cards that go there. We can do that. Did I get those out of there and put them back? Because I had switched them over to show you how they look.
Yeah, you were flipping them back and forth.
Yeah, they're back. They're back. Okay, so we'll start fresh for this one.
Yeah, the green is cool. It's very nature-ish.
Very nature-ish. Okay, let's put that there. So now cards. Here are some of my leftover stuff. And where are my...
It's grape Kool-Aid.
Where? I took those. They must be over here somewhere. Keely, this is all stuff from just this kit.
Hey, Sharon. Stop it, Amber. I'm going to go put my videos back on private.
What is she doing?
So when do we get to see you do your version of the Nature Caboodle? They were all sold out by the time I went to get one.
Yeah. She can get one anytime she wants. Don't listen to her. Now, where are those? I had them all put together. I know they're here because I saw them last night.
I don't know that one, Jill. Can you hum a line of it? How love is like candy on a shelf.
Who sang that?
Never heard of it.
Okay, guys. I know they're here. I know they're here. Unless I took them out and set them aside to use them, and now, hello, where did I put them? Shoot, I can't go print them. And I know I have them. That's what's aggravating. I had them in my grubby hands last night.
Help yourself to the candy on the shelf.
Never heard of it.
There you go, Allie. That goes back to the owl.
Come on, guys.
Lollipop,
I think one of you
lollipop,
did it,
oh,
Rosie.
lollipop.
Lollipop.
So did Tom Jones sing Delilah?
Yes.
Oh, man. I love that song. You know what he did? Because he sang it at the Queen's Jubilee, and William was just a singing along.
Well, good for him. Oh. Well, you might have to do a different project, but I wanted to do those.
Yes, Allie, the owl used to say on the commercial, how many licks to the Tootsie Roll, to the middle of a Tootsie Roll pop?
Oh, here they are. I found them. I did sit them aside. Shame on me. So these were the originals that I did. I think they came out pretty cool. And then I made the
Every
small.
time I see that top one, it always reminds me of that famous painting of the Last Supper. I don't know why. Just before all the guests got there or something. I don't know. But I always think that when I see
That's
that.
the table.
Yeah.
And that's missing Jesus.
Could be.
Well, he was was he at the foot of the table? I don't know.
He was washing
No,
people's
he was
feet.
in the middle. He was in the middle.
Washing people's feet.
Not in the picture that depicts the Last Supper. He's at the table. So let's cut these out.
Leslie said Rosemary should sell digis of the full size.
Well, once I figure out, maybe one day I'll figure out how to do it all. You know how that goes. Hey,
Did everybody get their library cards out of the group?
Yeah, they're over there. Yeah, they're over there in the files, courtesy of Johnny.
Yeah.
They're over there.
Leslie got her library cards.
Yay! I might have to have Darla from scratch teach me how to do all that stuff. She's a good teacher.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh,
Yeah.
what?
So what was a record or a song that you wore out as a kid?
Ah, as a kid, what age of a kid?
Well, I'm saying like when you got like your first stereo and you
Like a
started getting your
teenager?
records and stuff, and you were in your room doing your thing and you would listen to it
Ah,
over and over and over again. Yes, Mary, if you will go to the group, Johnny, the ones that Rosemary put on the back of her memory cards, those book, Rosemary put those. You can't sell them, but you can print them out, and they're in different colors, and they're in the group as PDFs.
I'm trying to think what song. Okay, there was this one song by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. If you don't know me by now.
You will. That's Simply Red.
Oh, it is? No, the other one sang it too.
Yeah. If you don't know me about now, you will never, never know me.
I would play that over and over and over and
And look at Laurie. She says, "Sugar, da 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 da.
over.
Oh, honey, honey."
That darn thing was number one, like for how many weeks? It drove me nuts.
Yes. Mine was the night the lights went out in Georgia.
And you weren't even in Georgia.
I know. I loved it when she said he was on his way home from Canada. Been 2 weeks gone and he thought it stopped at Webb's, and I loved it. And the fat belly sheriff that something said, "Why'd you do it?" I never did figure the words out, but
Well, in that vein of music, I like Earl's Gotta Go. I love that song.
Earl's gotta go.
Earl's, look it up and play it. Earl's Gotta Go.
Janice wore out a song by John Denver called "Around and Around," and she wants it played at her funeral.
Oh, I never heard of that one. I mean, I've heard of John Denver, but not that one. And the video for Earl's Gotta Go is so funny. It just makes you giggle.
Oh, that okay by the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, Earl's Gotta Go.
Mina's brother liked a weema wop, a weema wop, a weema wop.
uh, saying that. A lion
The
sleeps,
lion sleeps
sleeps
tonight.
tonight. Yeah.
And the Monster Mash. I love that song. Oh yeah. Hey Donna, the Beatles Sergeant Pepper. Yes.
What's that one about? Choctaw Bridge?
Oh, that was Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge.
Yeah. That was a cool Gitchy Goomy kind of song.
Donna liked Song Blue by Neil Diamond. Good choice.
It sounds like I like all the weird songs.
It sounds like it.
I'm trying to see a pattern here. I don't like what I see. It's rather dark and rebellious.
Amber wore out Savage Garden CD, so we know that she's from way up here.
I don't even know what that is.
Jill liked the Beatles, While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
The Circle of Life.
From The Lion King?
I like that song.
You weren't a little kid.
I did, but I still wore it out when I was listening to it. You didn't say. I asked you what age. You said it didn't matter.
Oh, yeah, honey. And honey, I miss you.
Anything by Luther Vandross.
Oh, my gosh.
Over and over
Over
and
and over.
I'll go to sleep listening to him.
Luther Vandross and Freddie Jackson.
Freddie Jackson.
Oh, my gosh. I loved when Luther came out with Dance with My Father.
Oh, yeah. I got to see a concert of his when I was living up in Chicago. That was so cool. I went up with some of my girlfriends. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. We like some Roberta Flack, too.
Yeah.
I like The Power of Love by Luther Vandross. Where you going, baby? Lay down. Downtown by Petula Clark.
A house is just a home.
Carole King Tapestry. My sister had the whole music book to that. Janice said Bobby Vinton, the Osmonds, and Bobby Sherman. Allie Kay got a mix CD in her Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. She wore that out. To Serve Was Love. That was a good movie, too.
That was a good movie.
Yes, The Power of Love by Celine. That was great. Oh, yeah. Poor Bobby Goldsboro.
Alrighty.
Society's Child by Janice Ian. I don't know that one.
Oh, what's her name? Her last name's Chapman. I
Who?
love her music.
Oh, you're talking about Tracy Chapman?
I love Tracy.
You got a fast car.
She is like, I don't know, her voice just like goes through you because it's just a real pure tone to it.
You know who has the best voice is KD Lang.
She does. She does.
OMG, when she sings that song, Constant something. I can't remember. Constant something.
Constant something.
Craving. Thank you.
So we're going to put these on those little cards that go inside of the envelope. At least I am. You guys might choose to put it on your little journal. All kinds of places.
Anything by James Taylor. Yes, hallelujah. She does a good job with that song, too. Is she, Donna? She's from Alberta. Oh, Janice said her all-time favorite, she tried to sing like Roy Orbison.
Oh.
Linda Ronstadt was a big thing when I was a teenager.
She has a beautiful, which I like her. I prefer her when she sings Spanish than English.
Oh, me too. Songs for Me, Papa?
Yeah, she's her voice. Well, all to me. Okay, I'm this here. Here comes my prejudice. Any any song, anyone's voice, let's put it that way, not any song, anyone's voice. Maybe it's the sound of the vowels. I don't know what it is, but the voice sounds better when they sing Spanish. You can get someone singing English and singing Spanish, and they sound so much better when they sing Spanish.
Okay.
Even if they don't know what the heck they're saying.
Okay. I can do it. Pero si vieres como son lindas estas borracheras y ándale.
See? Sounds beautiful. You forgot the yodel, though.
Amber like Madonna. Elvis said she played an 8-track by Tommy Rowe with 12 songs, and it was titled 12 in a Row. She was obsessed with it.
I don't think I heard that.
I didn't know Linda Ronstadt had Parkinson's.
That's why she doesn't sing anymore. She can't.
Man.
She has no control over her muscles in her throat. Can you imagine singing like that and get that kind of a disease where it affects your control of your muscles?
And you know who else just disappeared was come and shake your body, baby, do that funk. I know you can't control yourself any longer.
She's still around.
Estefan. Gloria Estefan.
She's still around. I mean, she still does concerts, but I don't think she's had new music out.
She had that bad accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mina remembers when Puff the Magic Dragon came out.
Hello.
Oh, Janice said Gloria Estefan is producing more than singing. Peter, Paul, and Mary did Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yep. Cereba. Don McLean has the clearest voice ever.
Talking about the country Don McLean?
No, he's not country. Well, I don't call him country.
Oh, then I don't know.
American Pie.
Oh, my mama hated that song.
Because she didn't understand it, right?
Well, because I only knew the part about this will be the day that I die. And she'd tell me, stop singing that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Vincent is a pretty song too. All right, so what I did on the other one, where'd they go? Which way did they go? Here's some of them. I put 3 on each side in each envelope, and I put 2 months on each one. So I was able to put all 12 on just 6 cards. So I might as well just do the same thing. Might be different. January, February. So we'll put these on one of these. How about something like that? And I just kind of glued them back to back so that the little doohickey thing are back to back. And then I trimmed it to match because, of course, they're not identical. But it'll work out. So let's just glue those down. Get a piece of paper for my gluing.
Cats in the Cradle, that was a depressing song to me.
Yeah, that was Harry Chapin, right?
No, that was Jim. Was it Harry Chapin?
I'm guessing. I don't know. That's who I thought it was.
Wasn't it the dude with the big black mustache?
No.
Oh, yep, Harry Chapin. Guess who has the highest all-time record ratings per Rolling Stone? Best records by their ratings. Merle Haggard.
What? And what do they base that on?
Thank you. That's who I was thinking, Janice. Best records by their rate. I don't know.
Because the person that sold the most records and won the most Grammys is what's her face?
Dolly.
No,
Whitney.
Cross. What's her
Crop.
first name? I forget the first name. Come on, you guys know who I mean. Janice Ellison. Is that her name? No.
Alison Krauss.
Yeah, she's sold the most records and has won the most Emmys ever. I mean, Grammys. So that's why I said, what do they base it on? And it's funny because the average person doesn't even know who she is. Okay, so there we go. It's January, February. And then you can decorate it. And then I was going to leave like one side empty where you can, either add pictures or write or draw or whatever. And then one side be decorated. But that's just me. You can do it any way you want. So we got March. Where's April? I lost April. There's April. Ooh, let's use a pretty blue one. Let's do a pretty blue.
What size are your cards and tags?
These?
Yes.
I just use scraps. They're all different sizes, honestly. Just stuff I had left over. These right here, the original ones, let's see. I just make sure it fits the envelope. This is 6 by 4 1/4. That particular one.
And then your little gift tags?
These are around 4. 1 1/4, 3 1/4.
Yeah. About 1 1/4.
Yeah, if you count the little tab there, it's like a little over 1 1/4. Yep. Sure is. Sure enough.
She said close enough. Thank you. So, Linda, are you going to post pictures of your new crafting office thing?
Somebody's got a new crafting thing.
That's why Linda wasn't here last night, because she was working on her new craft room / office. And
Wow.
she was going to have to be the gopher for her husband. And then she had a lot of IKEA stuff to put together.
Ooh, how fun.
And she said that she was sure there would be a lot of discussions between her and her husband. And then I saw a shirt today that made me think of her that said, marriage, because your crappy day doesn't have to end at work.
Oh my goodness. How sad. I joked with my husband. I don't know how we got along so well before I had a hobby over here. How we didn't strangle each other day after day. Okay, March, April. Yay! Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay. Where's May? May, June. There you go. Let's get something a little like. Ooh, this would look kind of cool. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Goes nice with the purple.
Purple.
The purple. There was this video that popped up on YouTube, you know, the suggested one, and they suggested myself to me again. Hello.
Hello, can you not tell that's me?
I know I want more viewership, but not from me. I want to see my own stuff.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to watch my own stuff. I have to live with it. Why do I want to watch it?
Yeah, but if you go watch your old ones, they're quiet.
Well, then you watch my old one.
Donna said, did you accept?
No, I didn't.
Linda said, yes, tomorrow it should be done. Probably not all the furniture, but at least one part will be clean. At least it will be clean.
Yeah. So I think I'll put that on that one. Hello. That one's kind of cute. Then I'll have, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. I like that just the way it is. So I might have to do it that way. Yeah, that looks better.
It won't be clean long, Linda.
I still want to, I wish I had somebody close by that understands all of this craft world, you know, that I trusted
Good night, Nancy.
to set stuff up for me the way I want it. And I could just walk away and come back and bing!
See, I could do that with Betty, but Betty wants to catty-womp everything.
What do you mean?
Every time she goes, what do you think about if we took that and we catty-womped it over? And I'm like, oh, no catty-womping. That will completely destroy the feng shui.
I just want somebody to decide for me or make me, I guess, persuade me. I don't know what the word is. Just to get rid of that, whatever it is. No, Rosemary, you don't need that. Just get rid of it.
Hello, but all that crap that you held on to got you through the freaking COVID epidemic for 2 years.
Well, this is
30
true.
something caboodles a month. That's a lot of crap. I don't want to have to go anywhere and buy anything, so I have to make it from what I have here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
That's what Lucy said, but in our line of art, we need everything.
I think so, but that's so discouraging when you have to look at it. That's all I'm trying to say. September, October. Yeah, those two.
Yeah, she did. She shopped her stash for months and months and months.
And you know, I got stuff next door I haven't even shopped at yet.
Oh, no. Because the pandemic hit like the 3rd month into the caboodle.
Yeah. This is true. And I still have not done a, what is a caboodle? Because I get that question all the time. And I still haven't done the video. Well, this is what a caboodle is. I'm afraid if I do one, it'll be my last caboodle.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's what it is. Never mind. You know, and then nobody shows up for the party. You know, the fewer things I explain, the fewer things other people take credit for. They can't take credit for a caboodle because they just do not know what the heck it is.
That's true.
If I go around explaining it, next thing you know, there you go. I had people in England. Who were they? I don't remember, so I'm not, you know, I'm just trying not to say their name. I don't remember who it was. They have this big group. I mean, she's got like, you know, 60,000 people following them, and they got a Facebook group, and then her and somebody else that also has like 60,000 people and all this kind of stuff. They had this big Flowish journal thing going on. And I'm going, okay. But what cracks me up is when they go and explain it, it's not even what it's supposed to be. They've morphed it into something else. And then and what really is really, you know, icing on the cake. I'm not really sure where this all started. Okay. Let me tell you. I'll tell you where it started. All right. So that's October, November. And now.
I think it was that same lady that did that yellow tape.
No, it wasn't. No. No. Don't start getting me in trouble. And I dare you go look at the timestamp of all these junk journalers, and they were never doing eco dyeing. Now everybody and their mother is doing eco dyeing for their papers. And you
Well,
go
yeah.
look, and you go look, but I cut my own throat by putting that free video out of how to do it. Never again. I've learned my lesson. You notice, guys, most of the stuff that I show you how to do that might be, you know, a little twist, my little twist on something. I don't do a video and put the title on it and let every Joe Schmo go and watch it and learn how to do something. You guys are the only ones I show, because nobody in their right mind that doesn't already follow and do the kits, they're not going to watch a 3-hour video to see what I'm up to. They're just not going to waste their time, which is fine. That is my goal. But you guys, you know, if you were here goofing around and playing, and then you go, oh, okay, she did that on the blah, blah, blah one. I know kind of sort of where it was. And then you go and you find it and you rewatch it. And good for you. But I'm not going to make it easy for those other people that just try to rip you off.
Well, if you would catalog your videos, it'd be easier for them to do that.
What, rip me off?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Do you remember what you were playing with when you made the purple paper to your left?
This one, yeah. This was, what's it called? Or you forgot what it's called?
That's that weird Conocran or Codascan.
No, it starts with a CH. Cochineal.
Cochineal.
Now that was 100% Cochineal.
I'm not much of a watercolor, but I hear they work well. I'll just stick with my macrame.
Your what?
My macrame. My macrame.
Okay, these are all down. So the cards are done. So I've got all the months there. So now the thing would be if you want to decorate any of them. And what I ended up doing is I decorated the ones that had more stuff on them, and the one that was a little more plainer, I left it for you to be able to draw or write on it. But you know, that's your choice, what you end up doing. So I've got where'd they go? Where'd they go? I've got all this pre-cut stuff.
I love doing that, Donna. I loved it.
I'm gonna look for that. Some of those to put in there. Wait a second. I'm gonna put some of those printouts that I have.
Mina said that there are plenty of those cochineal bugs on prickly pear cactus around here, but not going to kill them though. Yeah, because you would have to separate the boys from the girls.
And that's where they come from. You know, most of the ones that you harvest, I mean that you buy that have been harvested, they come from Mexico because they come from that cactus. Those bugs. So yeah, in the desert states here, and then down in Mexico is where they harvest it. It was the Aztec Indians that started using that, you know, centuries ago.
You could ride your thumb to Mexico.
Ride your thumb.
You know that dude? He said, "Riding my thumb to Mexico."
Oh, this funny little thing popped up. I've been getting odd things popping up on my YouTube. I'm not really sure why. But this little clip for Jimmy Fallon, you know, for the Tonight Show. And Nicole Kidman was his guest. First time she's been on his show. And this was like, I forget, maybe like, I don't remember how long ago. It was 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 4 years. Maybe not even that long. I don't remember. I shouldn't even say. It wasn't that long. And it was, like I said, a first time being there. And then it got really weird because it turned out, well, they talk about the first time they met. And it was when Jimmy Fallon was on SNL. And she was, you know, I don't know what she was doing. She was single, doing movies, right? And so she met up with this guy who was a mutual friend of Jimmy Fallon. And she said, hey, I'd like to meet him. So the mutual friend calls up Jimmy Fallon and says, hey, I got Nicole Kidman here. Can we come over? And he says, well, sure. So he's got this, you know, dinky little bachelor pad, I guess. And they go over there. And then she goes on to tell the story. Well, I can't remember word for word, but the whole point of her bringing this up was that she wanted to go over there, like, to get to know him, like she was interested in him. Jimmy Fallon had no idea, and he finds this out during this interview on the show. He turned red. He was stammering. He couldn't even talk. He couldn't believe that he had passed up a date with Nicole Kidman, you know, and he totally messed it up. And she was saying that he was just playing video games. And he goes, what? And he goes, yeah, you're just sitting there in your sweats playing video games. You offered some old Chinese food from your refrigerator. And he's there getting all embarrassed because he blew it. He was just so naive. He didn't have a clue why she was there.
Let's see. Jimmy Fallon, Keith Urban. Jimmy Fallon, Keith Urban.
No, look for Nicole Kidman.
No, I know, but when you weigh it on a scale.
Oh.
I think they make the cutest couple.
They do. But the video, I mean, the interview, it was so funny because you know how some of these things are all fake and made up. You know, he did not have a clue. He was so embarrassed. He couldn't even put one word in front of her. Then they tried to change the subject. He couldn't even talk to her. It was like he was getting all flushed and embarrassed. It was so funny. It was like he was a little teenage boy all over again. It was funny. Okay, I'm going to put this like that somehow. Let me tear this right here. I don't like how that is. Whoops. It's so rigid. Yeah, that looks better. And then I got to see if I can find a bird.
So Mary said, if she remembers right, the more times your suggested video shows up for you, the better it is.
Oh, yeah, but what if they're only suggesting it to me? I like my videos to me. What if they don't suggest it to anybody else? I should click on it because if I don't click on it, they go, oh, well, nobody wants to watch her videos. We're not going to suggest them anymore.
Yeah, that's what she said. It means YouTube is showing your videos.
Oh, I better click on my own. I better get egotistical and just click on them. Oh, look, he's singing up her dress. How cute. He looks kind of cute there. Let's see.
Is that her hands under her chin?
Her hand is like right there. Ends right there.
Oh, yeah, I see now. She looks like she's pointing at somebody, telling them, getting on to them.
There's a bird on her head.
Oh, it looks like she's going, Zacchaeus, you come down, for I'm coming to your house today.
Oh. A lot of red going on. I think I need a different color. Too much pink. Yeah, I need to go with the orange or the yellow. I think the yellow one ends up looking kind of cuter. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay.
So I got me a new.
Oh no, new what?
A new book.
Okay.
And it's a Bible study.
Yeah.
And it's the kingdom divided between Israel and Judah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got it, and it's like 30 something in depth. Yeah. I'm ready.
And so it's going to explain the separation or what?
Yeah, it's just all of the study of that time and the yeah. I just got it. It's like 3 inches thick.
You're gonna be too smart for the room.
No.
Well, we're not gonna know. Does it have pictures?
No pictures.
Then how are you gonna understand what they're talking about? I need pictures.
No pictures.
Hey, Brenda. I need pictures.
Hey, Gail. Hey, Brenda. Janice says she needs a bag of bird cutouts like that.
Oh, you need to talk to Janine. She sells them.
Is that a mystery bag, or is it just like?
No, she's got them right. If you go to the sale tomorrow with Johnny, she sent all her stuff from her Etsy shop because she's closing it up because they really hiked the fees in other countries even more than our fees. So it's just not practical. So Johnny offered to sell all her stuff. So she sent all the stuff, because postage is so expensive for her to sell individually to people. So she sent her all her stuff. She got it day before yesterday or whatever. But she is a fussy cut queen. So she's got fussy cut everything.
So is Lana. Lana like Donna. She is
They're-
a fussy cut queen.
Yeah.
She
So,
sent me the best little package of fussy cut stuff. OMG.
oh. So tomorrow, I don't know what time it's at. You'll have to check out Johnny's channel. I think it's tomorrow. She's selling hers, and then she's got a bunch of Sophia stuff. I think she's selling the Sophia stuff tomorrow also. I'm not sure. I wasn't privy to that private um StreamYard that I was invited to and clicked and nobody was there. So you'll have to go check it out. But she has these, and they're not expensive. She's got them in packages. There's quite a few in each package, and the packages range from like $5 to $10 with a whole bunch of fussy cut stuff in there, plus other stuff in it. So, and it'll be mailed from here, from the United States, so it won't be that expensive. So I would go check it out. Look how cute! All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'll do it on this side because you'll be writing on the other side. All right, now maybe I want one of these. Maybe her. No, I need something lighter. I gotta put that. I don't want the pink on the pink. Too much pink. I might get sick. I might get
The
sick.
fairies.
The
forest fairies.
Yeah. The forest fairies.
Oh, you know what? You need to put little bunny Foo-Foo in there too.
Who's Bunny Foo-Foo?
You know, little bunny Foo-Foo hopping through the forest.
Oh, I don't think I have any Bunny Foo-Foos.
Picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
I've got them in my yard.
Oh. Donna says if you're in Canada, you can order directly from Janine. She is going to be doing YouTube videos.
Yes, she said she was going to start doing that.
And Leslie said, Janice, you can email her too if there aren't any birds in the sale.
Yes, she said she can custom some stuff if they're all gone and there's something you want, because she loves the fussy cut.
Donna, that is her baker's rack that she puts on the bottom of her pan when she does her eco dyeing. Yeah. And that is what prints out on the paper that's laying on the rack.
You can get those at Dollar Tree for either $1 or $1.25. I'm not sure.
Yep, lopping off their heads, bopping them on the head. I think that's the cool ones that come out like that.
Yeah, those are my favorites. So my customers, of course, they're going to want a real eco print. So I get all the grungy ones, which are my favorites anyway.
OMG, that is too intricate to be using those freaking hedge clippers with.
Who says? See, she came out pretty.
Yeah, Leslie said those are her favorite with the grunge and the lines.
Yeah, me too.
Now when you get her all cut out, she'll look like she's in jail.
No, I got to put a bird or a plant there by her.
Okay.
She'll be fine. She'll just be just fine.
Right, y'all? Do those look like hedge clippers? Yes. That's what Betty went after my fig tree with yesterday. I was cussing her up and down the driveway.
Uh-oh. What'd she do?
Out there lopping off my damn fig tree.
Didn't she know it was a fig tree?
She hates it.
How come?
And I think she has a grudge against it. So then she didn't listen to me, so I just bitched all the way down the driveway and came in the back door, and then I thought about it some more and I flew out the front door and I said, "Stop!" And there's the neighbor guy standing in the yard going, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm pissed off right now because she's tearing up my tree." Good night, Journey.
And he said, well, I really don't care.
He just stood there smiling with that goofy, peeking over the fence smile that he has.
Oh, no. I don't like that either. I gotta find just the right thing or I'll be very upset.
Maybe you need to put a silver pole there.
So no, she is not a pole dancer. There she is. She's holding up the birdies. She's giving the birdies a little hug. Maybe yes. I don't know yet.
Maybe you ought to have a butterfly flying off from her.
Yeah, I don't have any small ones though. They're all kind of a little too humongous.
Maybe put a bubble there.
A what?
A bubble.
Oh, here's her pole. That's what fairies pole dance with. Mushrooms. It works for me. Whee! You can just see her going, wee!
Oh my
Come
God.
on, honey, here I come.
Whee!
Oh, no. Huh. I think that was her destiny.
For sure.
For sure, for sure. Let's see what else do I have here. I'm still looking.
Yep. Janice said the only thing better would be a dandelion fluff thing.
I don't have any of those. Those seems too hard to cut. I give up on those. Too much the same color. Ooh, there's a big butterfly. Too big.
Oh, I'll never look at a mushroom the same again. No, now you'll just be bending down looking to see if you see a little fairy swinging around the stalk of the mushroom. No, don't put no fish on there.
That's not a fish. You got a fish fetish, I swear.
You need like some spriggy grass or something.
I know, and I don't have anything like that. Well, because it's hard to cut out, so I just avoid it. Well, I may have to come back and find something to put down here somewhere. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I'll for sure put her on a pole, and then I'll figure out when I find something that works for there, I'll put that. Or maybe the little birdies just go on the bottom. No, I don't like that either. I'll keep on the hunt for something down here. I'll just glue those in so I don't lose them.
But why do you now? You have her flying in the air with the pole.
No, I'll fix it. It's not glued yet. Don't fret.
That's right, Amber. How can she work Frida into this? Frida's going to be up in the corner with a monkey on her shoulder looking at her going,
No, I just got to put a hole in there with blood dripping, and that's a Frida.
you slut.
And then a little Asian script across the
Oh,
bottom.
gee. No fortune cookie strips on the bottom.
Oh, come on. You're such a party pooper.
Uh-oh, Donna said Frida was on TV last night. What was she doing?
What was you doing?
Good night, Vivian.
Was she pole dancing?
No, I don't think so. She only did that one time.
You only need one leg to wrap around the pole. You don't need them both, do you?
Oh, I don't know. The movie.
Oh, okay.
That was a trip, man, when they just picked up her bed and put her in the back of the truck. It's like, come on. You don't get up. You don't have to get up.
Oh,
Sorry, Janice. Who can turn the world with her smile?
oh no. She was diabetic, you know.
I did not know that.
Yeah. She was like the poster girl for Watch Yourself.
Oh, Mr. Grant. What typos? You don't have no typos, Mary? Oh, analytics. That's very cool how you just cut out one side.
Yes. Very, very 50s. No, very 60s pop art.
So nobody found the book.
What book?
The book in the book in the book.
Oh, yeah. I figured that. That'll just make it all that more interesting when I find it and when I make it. There you go. Woohoo!
Very nice.
That only took 10
Right.
hours. Only took 10 hours to do that. Okay, does this work? This is from a orchid. It's green and it sticks out.
I don't like it, but everybody else might.
It doesn't speak to you.
No.
It kind of halfway speaks to me in a foreign language. Not so much in English. Let's see. I don't know if I tore that apart. No. Yeah, nothing's saying anything to me.
Yeah, but nothing was saying anything to you until you poured that mushroom out either.
Yeah, but I've already looked at this whole thing with the green stuff. So
Yeah, but something different on the bottom, like I don't know, like some kind of Latin plant word or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Yeah. I got plenty of that stuff up here. Yeah. Do we have stuff? We have
What?
stuff.
There you go. So, what is fairy pole dancer in Latin?
Oh. Tramp? No.
It was a scamp, a vamp, and
Tramp. Tramp.
Brenda says she looked for the books in a book until a little after midnight. She kept falling down rabbit holes.
Aw, thank you guys.
Artie Dar was looking for it. I think Carol was looking for it.
I think everybody and their mother was helping me look. I appreciate that. I know what I'm going to do. There's a friend of mine that's not part of this world here. When I say this world, I mean our craft world. But there was a period where she was really interested in altering books, and I sent her the link. This must be like,
Oh.
I don't know how many years ago. I am going to ask her, do you still have the same email? Which we don't, I don't do email anymore, hardly ever. And she doesn't either. But if she still has the same email account, I know kind of sort of what year it was. And I know I put on their artist book. So I'm going to have her do a search and see if she has the email and if that link pops up.
So you don't have the same email?
No.
Oh.
Nope. That was when I had a Cox email and.
A what email?
Cox. Cox.
Oh.
You little pole dancer, you.
Well, everybody looked for it. Lucy was looking for it. Gail started to look for it, but she got tired. Janice looked a long time.
Well, my friend is my last hope. If she still has access to that email, I'm pretty sure that is like my last hope.
Maybe YouTube will suggest it.
I don't remember her being on YouTube, to tell you the truth. I think it was one of those, you know how sometimes you go to a website and they have, I guess, like an encrypted video. It's not hosted anywhere else. It's just there.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember it being on YouTube at all. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it there. What does that say? I don't know what that says. Ooh, druggies.
Druggies?
Well, it's a druggist and chemist.
Oh. Apothecaries.
Yeah. Ooh, now I can write something. Then I can write a number down here. That would be kind of cool. I can write something. And then this part, does that come off? No, but if I cut around it, it will. Hello.
Too bad she wasn't featured in that book of book making books that you got.
I know.
Because that had all kind of cool stuff in it.
Yep. Okay, so that's it for now on that one. I think they all need a little bit of flowers added. But that will be later. That will be for another time. And where is that side? I think I will put yeah, I don't want the same color again. That's too much the same color. So
Pinky. If it's not one thing, it's another. Jar got the COVID, so I'm being a nurse again. And handing my mom to my sister.
no. Oh my goodness. And now they just showed on the news today some goofy new strain that's worse.
Great.
Yeah.
There was some kind of lady that Rosemary saw that made a book in a book in a book nook book something.
Yeah.
And
It's
she
not.
lost the link for it.
Yeah. And it's not a repurposed book. She made all these from scratch. It's not an altered book.
Gail said a subvariant of Omicron or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So they're all handmade books and they all fit together to be.
And she did different things. She did this one where it's like an Asian pagoda and they all fit in there. When you look at it, when they're all in it, it looks like a pagoda. And then when she pulls them all out, I forget how many books are in that. And then she has another one where it's literally a box about this size. And then she pulls out a box out of that box, sits it on top, and takes out all of these books. And inside one side is another box. She pulls that box out, puts it on top of that box, and pulls out a bunch of books from that box. I think like I said, it starts off about this big, about that tall. And at the end, she has like 70 books sitting out on the table that she's pulled out of all that contraption. It's just mind boggling. And the first time I saw her, it was the first time, I mean, I'd never even made a book before of any kind, So it was like mesmerizing. I go, man. But now that I think about it, I think if I watched it a few times, my goal is like to try and make something like that. So that's my goal, to find not just a picture of it, but I saw the video where she doesn't say a word. I don't think there's even any music or anything. And she has this black background. So all you see is her hands bringing out all of these books. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. All right. So, and I'm not making it up. My husband goes, "Are you sure you saw that? You just didn't make it up?" No, I saw it. It's for real. Oh, it looks kind of cute just like that. Real simple. Everything doesn't have to be all foo-foo.
Well, you know, the pagoda last night might have been an easier way to find the woman.
I just remembered the pagoda today because the one I really remember, it didn't have any name or anything, and it was just a box. And then she did this other one with some kind of a shrine with all the boxes there. See, it was all coming to me last night as I was looking for her. I go, oh, yeah, she did this one too, and that one too. It was after all you guys were all gone when I remembered the other stuff. But like I said, I don't think you're going to find her on YouTube. I don't remember it being on YouTube at all. And on this one write-up, like the first time I found her, it was explaining one of the ones she made. I forget which one it was. But it took her like a couple of months to draw out the diagram of how the mechanics of it, the shape of it, and then she did a prototype, which took her several months to do, and then she did the real one, which took a couple of months. So she had like 8 months into the development and construction of this thing. So you know how intricate it was, and she's like a professional.
Mary remembers it.
Oh, you do, Mary? Oh, I'm glad. I know I'm not crazy. Well, that doesn't disqualify me, but at least for that particular reason, I'm not crazy. Anyway, Mary, I want to do that desperately. I think with a little bit of, clarity and a lot of coffee
Oh, Lord.
and no popo to shut me up, I think I might be able to just make a mini version. Of course, I could not make the scale that she did, 100 little miniature books. I mean, that's ridiculous. But on a smaller scale, because she takes, sort of like the concept of the what is that, the Russian dolls,
The nesting dolls.
Yeah, the nesting dolls. So even if I just did one nest, and didn't do all the other ones, I'd be happy. I'd be a happy camper if I could just do that. So Mary, that wasn't on YouTube, was it? I don't know if you can remember if it was or not.
She's trying to find. Yeah, I saw that one too, Brenda.
Okay, and then we'll put some little tags and stamps and doohickey stuff on that one later. Ooh, you can put something bright on here. Like the fish. Let's put the fish. Ooh, look at that. Look at that beautiful orchid. It's too big though. Maybe half of it. Maybe half the orchid. Half the orchid. Too much. Too much.
Mary said, "Was it in a?" No, she said it was like a snippet video inside of an article or something, because she sent the link to her friend, but she can't find the link anymore.
Right. We went crazy last night. Everybody was helping me look for it. We didn't find it.
What's a whole different rabbit hole when you put in miniature books?
I bet. Here. I'm going to try that. I can always make another card if I mess up and don't like it. Remember, people, it's only paper.
That's right.
I keep telling you, don't worry about it. It's only paper. Too much glue.
Yeah, she don't know. I don't know if it was on Facebook. Yeah, there's a lot of cool looking stuff out there, Gail. That's what I said. That's another rabbit hole. Maybe the lady was banned from the internet.
I know her stuff was in some art museums because in that write-up that I was reading, it made reference to that, but I don't remember which museum.
Well, there's a book miniature book museum.
Could have been. I just don't remember. It's very frustrating.
Oh wow, Thicket Works did some miniature books.
Who?
Thicket Works.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, she's the one that did the black funeral coach on YouTube.
Oh, the blonde-headed lady?
No, she has
Oh.
black with silver hair.
Oh. Wait. Oh boy.
Yep. And she has DIY miniature books, free printable covers, pages, and end papers.
Huh.
Thicket Works.
Yeah.
These are like a little bit bigger than a penny.
Whoa.
But here's all the mini book pages and the marbled inside bookend papers and the covers and everything.
Wow.
Let me see if I can forward you this link. I mean, that's not who you're looking for, but if you're going to do it, then there's all your stuff.
Yep.
Let's see. She does a lot of stuff for graphics fair. Yeah. Yeah, those are cool too, Brenda. Those miniature book nooks with the little lights in them. That's a big old yellow butterfly.
It certainly is.
Certainly.
Certainly. Oh, wait a minute. I like these. What are these called? Kingfishers? I like kingfishers. They're so cute. Look at the little kingfishers.
Aw.
They're cutie patooties.
You can do some pop-up books.
You know, when you do pop-up books, you almost have to think like in reverse, and that drives my dyslexia crazy.
Yeah, and it's a lot of precise measuring and cutting.
Yeah, yeah, it literally gives me a headache. I've done a few. We even did a swap when I was doing the deconstructed journals, and they came out pretty cool, but I realized once I did that that was not for me.
I remember when Brooke did it in the creepy baby book. I was like, oh heck no.
I kind
She
of
did
like
like a pop-up graveyard scene or something.
that. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool, but I can't do it. Cannot do it. Okay, I think I like that. So let me get
Well,
a
there you
blend.
go. Brooke. Go to Johnny's Style and get you some fussy cut medium butterflies.
Yeah, tomorrow. What time?
I
Anybody
have,
check to see what time it was, you guys?
I don't know.
A few
Good night.
people in this said they knew about it, so
Brenda did some miniature books last February for a challenge in another group. They were large mini books at 1 by 2 and 1.5 by 2.5. That's tiny still.
yeah, that's tiny for me. I admire when people who do that. Oops. Now the thing I'm looking for, that lady, it's all got to be really precise because they have to fit inside of each other exactly, or else it doesn't work. So I'm sure it'll give me like a migraine, but if I'm going to challenge myself, that's something I'd like to do.
Challenge.
Yeah, I want to do something different, but still with paper and books, but something different.
Yep.
I really don't want to get away from the paper and book thing, because I like that a lot. And the last thing I need is a new hobby that requires different materials than I already have.
OMG.
I have no room for other materials. I have to use what I have. And I do have my paper.
Is that a bird carrying a bird?
They're on a branch. It's 3 of them.
Oh, I see.
The mama, the papa, and the baby.
Aw. Aw.
Mama, the papa, and the baby. So cute.
Aw.
Aww. I'm getting thirsty.
Probably so.
Oh, my eyes are watering up. Don't touch them, Rosemary. You'll be in big trouble. Don't touch them with your hands.
Don't start another card.
How come? What time? Oh my gosh! Why didn't you tell me?
Because I wasn't
Oh
going to
my.
stop you mid-card.
But you could say, Rosemary, this will be your last card. You've already gone over. I was getting all excited for the next one.
Well, you can make them all. You can keep on making them. You'll just have to watch chat by yourself.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Okay, ladies. Perfect timing. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. Susan's got to go to bed. And you guys got to find that lady for me. You guys are on a mission. All right, then. I will see you guys next week. We will see you guys next week. In the interim, if you have any questions about the stuff we did, and you're in the Facebook group, go ahead and ask a question. If I have an answer, I will share it with you. Or somebody will.
There's Janice just posted a book in a walnut shell. Good Lord. Wow.
I've seen them in a shell.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in a walnut. I have it in one of my books, the one that's in the shell. All right, ladies. Talk to you next week. Try and stay cool.
Yes.
Try and stay
Hopefully
cool every day.
APG gets her AC back by noon tomorrow.
Yes. She might have to sit out in her dog's pool and put the water on.
Or go for a ride in the convertible.
Oh, you just get hotter when you do that.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
All
Good
right,
night,
good night.
everybody.